Good day everyone, we are from the public speaking class.
We are going to deliver the speech from the late Carlos P. Romulo, titled I Am a Filipino. I am a Filipino, inheritor of their glorious past, hostage to an uncertain future. As such, I must prove equal to a twofold task, the task of meeting my responsibility to the past, and the task of forming my obligation to the future. I sprung from a hardy race, child many generations removed of ancient Malayan pioneers. From across the centuries, the memory comes rushing back to me of brown-skinned men putting out in sea and ships that were as frail as their hearts were stout. Over the sea, I see them come, borne upon the billowing wave and the whistling wind, carried upon the mighty swell of hope, hope in the free abundance of new land that was to be their home and their children's forever. This is the land they sought and found, every inch of shore that their eyes feasted upon, every hill and mountain that beckoned to them with a green and purple invitation, every mile of rolling plain that their view encompassed, every river and lake that promised a plentiful living and a fruitfulness of commerce that is Howland's part to me.
By the shrine of their hearts and hands, by every right of law, human and divine, this land and all the appurtenances thereof, the black and fertile soil, the seas and lakes and rivers teeming with fish, the forest with their inexhaustible wealth in wildlife and timber, the mountains where the bowels swarm with minerals, the whole of this rich and happy land has been, for centuries without number, the land of my fathers. This land I receive in trust from them, and in trust will pass it to my children, and so on until the world is no more.
I am a Filipino. In my blood runs the immortal seed of heroes, seed that flowered down in centuries in deeds of courage and defiance. In my veins yet pulses the same hot blood that sent Lapu-Lapu to first invader of this land, that nerved Lacanduna in a combat against the alien foe, that drove Diego Sila and the Goho into rebellion against the foreign oppressor. That seed is immortal. It is the self-same seed that flowered in the heart of Jose Rizal that morning in Bagumbayan, when the volley of shots put an end to all that was mortal of him, and made his spirit deathless forever. The same that flowered in the hearts of Emilia Aguinaldo, in Balintawa, of Gregorio de Pilar at Tirat Pass, of Antonio Luna at Calumpit, that bloomed in flowers of frustration in a sad heart of Emilio Aguinaldo in Palanan, yet burst forth royally again in the proud heart of Manuel L. Quezon, when he stood at the last threshold at the ancient Malacanang Palace, in the symbolic act of possession and racial vindication.
The seed I bear within me is an immortal seed. It is the mark of my manhood, the symbol of dignity as a human being. Like the seeds that were once buried in the tomb of Tutankhamen, many thousand years ago, it shall grow and flower and bear fruit again. It is the insignia of my race, and my generation is but a stage in an ending search of my people for freedom and happiness.
I am a Filipino, child of the marriage of the East and the West. The East with its languor and mysticism, its positivity and endurance, was my mother and my sire. Was the West that came thundering across the sea with a cross and sword and a machine. I am of the East, an eager participant in its struggle for liberation and perilous yoke. But I also know the East must away from the century's lead. Shake off the liturgy shake off the liturgy that is bound his limb and start moving where destiny awaits.
For I too of the West, and the vigorous people of the West have destroyed forever the peace and quiet that once were ours, and the no longer see a matter of universal life and death, of freedom and slavery for all mankind that it concerns me not. For no man, no nation is an island but a part of the main. There are no longer any east or west. Only individuals and nations are making these momentous choices, which are the hinges upon which history resolves.
At the vanguard progress in this part of the world, I stand, a fallen figure in the eyes of some, but not one defeated and lost. To the thick, interlacing branches of habit and custom above me, I have seen the light of the sun, and I know that it is good. I have seen the light of justice and equality and freedom. My heart shall have been uplifted by the vision of democracy, and I shall not rest until my land and my people shall have been blessed by these, beyond the power of any man or nation to subvert and destroy.
I am a Filipino, and this is my inheritance. What pledge shall I give that I prove worthy of my inheritance? I shall give the pledge that has come reeling down the corridors of the centuries, and it shall be compounded with the joyous cries of Malayan forebears when first they saw the contours of this land loom before their eyes, of battle cries that have resounded in every field of combat, from Mactan to Tirad Pass, of the voices of my people when they sing, Land of the morning, child of the sun returning, near shall invaders trample their sacred shore.
Out of the lush green of these 7,000 isles, out of the heartstrings of 16 million people, all vibrating to one song, I shall weave the mighty fabric of my pledge. Out of the songs of farmers, of sellers that go to labor in their fields, out of the sweat of hard-bitten pioneers in Balqui and Granadal, out of the silent endurance of stevedores at the piers and the ominous rumbling of Bethel in Pampanga, out of the first cries of babies newly born and the lullabies that mothers sing, out of the crashing of gears and the ones that turbine in the factories, out of the crunch of plowshares that turn the earth, out of the limitless patience of teachers in the classrooms and doctors in the clinics, out of the tramp of soldiers marching, I shall make the pattern of my pledge.